G'day.
G'day.
Welcome to the fucking Big Dick Player podcast. If you're listening to this, you're officially stupid. Or clinically depressed.
Yeah.
One or the other.
You got problems, bro. What are you doing? Go outside.
Hold on, I'm gonna switch to the other chair.
I've already started the show, Lambert. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh shit. Fuck.
The best thing is like editing is I wish I could do it with my life. Just cut out all the bad bits. Oh, that
That'd be
relationship that didn't work out. Just cut that bit out.
You're not gonna remember that again.
Yeah. Don't need to remember that.
Yeah. There's times you're just sitting in bed and just something
borderline
triggers it and you're like,
Black Mirror shit, man.
why did I need to remember that?
Yeah. Where's my goddamn beer?
Oh, here it is.
Oh, there it is. Thank you very much. What were you saying there, officer? I said it's my goddamn right. Where my goddamn beer at? This is my property.
This is a highway.
Yeah. Sir, I'm gonna have to ask you to leave the playground, sir.
And take your car with you.
Sir,
You're gonna have to move your car from the playground.
I have the right to kick your ass. You is on my property. I live in the park, motherfucker.
Saying a playground, those are all my kids.
Oh, fuck yeah. Fuck yeah.
It's Oh, I thought he was gonna pee.
Rearranged your kitchen.
Yeah, did you
shit.
like that? How I put where the fridge is now?
Yeah.
It's in the little hidey hole, which I guess is what it's there for.
Or a dishwasher.
Yeah, or a washing machine. But fucking, I hate putting washing machines in the kitchen.
Where's your washing machine? Toilet?
In the in the bathroom.
Oh, that's fine.
Can also get a dryer and put it on top of the washing machine. Imagine that. Imagine life.
With a dryer.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
everywhere else has dryers except here.
Yeah. It's
Nice.
like Dave Chappelle said. It's like, my life ain't great, but it's good. It's like an above ground pool.
Oh,
It may
man.
look funny,
Did you watch
but
his
it's
new
still
special?
a pool. Yeah, I did.
I gotta check it out. I haven't watched it yet.
It's pretty, it got mixed reviews.
Yeah, people
And I
were
can
pissed apparently.
Yeah, but fucking...
But I mean, like, why are you pissed at a comedian? His job is to say fucked up shit.
Yeah, but also it's not that fucked up. It's just like, you know, don't listen to his show if you're a fucking pussy bitch. I mean, he obviously cops a lot of shit for making, I don't know, his whole thing is racial jokes,
Yeah.
mainly. And then now he's got into trouble with the gay and,
No way.
yeah, the
Because I remember his last
the
special.
LBGT, and he goes through it in his show. He explains with the L and the B and the T, and he has
Oh,
like a
shit.
joke about that.
Damn.
And the Q's, and you know,
Damn.
and he's calling them the T's and the B, and the gays are angry at the L's. They don't like the L's, and it's a funny bit, but he does.
I'm gonna watch it tonight.
Yeah, he does this thing where he had a skit on the Chappelle Show that he wanted to put on TV, and the PR lady was like, "No, you can't do this." He's like, "Why not?" He's like, "Because Dave, you say faggot." He's like, "So what? I say the N word all the time." He's like, "Yeah, but you're not a faggot. You're not gay. You're not gay." He's like, "I'm also not a nigger." Such a sweet
awesome.
burn, man.
That's fucking awesome.
Sweet burn. Dave Chappelle.
Oh, I gotta go watch that tonight. I've been holding out to like watch it with my girlfriend, but I don't think it's gonna happen. So I'm just gonna watch it on my own. Guess I'll watch it twice.
Yeah.
When she hears this pod, I watched it twice.
There you go. Come on to your lamb.
Oh man,
I love Dave Chappelle, man. He's
awesome.
He's just such a good comedian.
So to get mixed reviews because it's like not funny as good as his normal stuff, or does it get mixed reviews because he's gone
It was controversial.
yeah, I think it's like a 2019 kind of world we live in.
It was the PC crowd, like
Yeah.
the Vice crowd, you know.
Yeah, because yesterday I saw like, I forgot, it was like Vice and some other news thing, outrage at Dave Chappelle's new special, and I was like, oh, okay. I guess he must have like said he liked Bill Cosby again. Because in his last one he was like, Like, you guys are mad at Bill Cosby because he raped a lot of people, but I can understand it.
He said that.
Yeah, because he was like, because like from his perspective, like Bill Cosby's done a lot for like the community, more or less. Because like, and then he goes on and explains like the whole spiel. Like Bill Cosby paid for like I don't know, the rights to the stage that Martin Luther King like did his speech on and a whole bunch of other shit.
Oh, right.
And then he was like, at the end of it, he was just like, he rapes, but he saves, but he rapes, but he saves. And it was just like the way he did it. It was just pretty funny. But
He's a smart guy though. Like
oh,
where is he from? DC?
I don't know, but an area with white people.
I know that he lives in Cleveland, not Cleveland, Ohio. Sorry.
That's what he said. He's like, I like living in this area. I don't like
He
seeing
lives
other black
amongst
people.
poor
Yeah.
white people.
Yeah, he's like, I don't like living with other black people.
So the difference between poor white people and poor black people is poor white people feel like, oh, this shouldn't be happening to me. That's the only difference.
Anyways,
That's
welcome
anyway.
to
That's
the,
Dave. That's Dave Chappelle.
the Big Dick Players podcast.
Welcome and suck a dick.
Welcome, Wheaties.
On
Wheaties.
today's episode, we have a controversial topic. Was
Doing podcasts whilst eating pizza and
Yeah.
talking with your mouth full. What do you decide?
That is disgusting, bro.
If
Some
you're
of those-
deciding to listen to this podcast, then yeah, that's your own fault. Okay.
I had no idea we were recording. So I apologize, guys.
It's one of those ASMR pods now. The ones where they get like up real close and they do like.
Wait till you hear me chew. Ouch, ouch.
No, we won't be doing any of that.
No.
We'll be doing the normal funny shit.
Right here in your ears.
We got some great topics.
Could you imagine if someone like paid you to like talk them to sleep? Just because like you had like such a soothing voice. So they would like call you every night at like 10 o'clock and you just had to like talk to them until they fell asleep.
Yeah, I mean, I never got paid, but I mean, yeah, I do it. People call me and want, can you just stay on the phone until I fall asleep?
Isn't that the most annoying thing ever? Like, fuck, man. And like girls are like, hey, I'm having a hard time sleeping. Can we just talk? I'm like, fuck. I'm in the middle of like watching a video or something. Like, I'm playing a video game. Like, are you fucking kidding me? And so then you're like, you have like the controller in your hand and the cell phone on your ears. Like, yeah. What's that clicking sound? Oh, it's nothing. It's just, I don't know. It's, yeah.
You're hearing things.
Yeah. You're just
It's a
like,
bad line.
you like make up. Oh, it was just the TV. Oh, you're watching TV and talking to me like, oh, like it's on like a shitty channel. Don't worry about it. You're just like trying to make up like the most.
Yeah. I just have it on in the background because I'm so lonely.
Yeah.
Because you're not here. When will you be back, sweetie? Yeah, said no guy ever.
And you're just like, just fucking go to sleep. Jeez.
Yeah, so I was gonna say we got a few topics. We got a few
Hot topics.
hot topics, a few what's the deals, a few controversial things, and maybe some lighthearted shit to cheer you up at the end. But the first topic of the day, ladies and gentlemen, paying to pee. What's the deal? In Germany, you have to pay up to €1 to pee at some certain destinations.
At Hauptbahnhof, definitely.
Yeah.
I reckon at maybe a train station, like a big one, I can see that maybe paying there is semi okay because they have someone that's actually going in and keeping it clean, keeping out the riffraff and whatnot. But if I'm at the
Keeping out the riffraff. Are you fucking kidding me?
I don't know.
What?
Kids these
Making
days
sure
are
no
hanging out
drug
in
deals
toilets.
are going down there.
Who knows what
At
goes on in
point
there?
you went to a toilet and you're like, fuck, there's a hobo in here. I can't pee.
Well, not in Germany because they have to pay.
No, but at what point in your life did you go to a toilet and you couldn't pee because there was a riffraff, as you say, in the toilet? There's
No,
never
man.
been a time where a hobo was in the toilet. Oh shit! Sorry.
When were you in the toilets in the 1920s? That's what I want.
Yeah,
This goddamn riffraff.
like I'm pretty. Like homeless people don't even chill in the toilet.
I'm not
You
talking
got-
homeless. I'm just
Get out
talking.
of here, you goddamn bum.
It stops people going in and maybe they
Making
want
a
to maybe they
drug.
want
No,
to
okay,
graffiti on a door for some reason.
Yeah, but what the fuck? There's graffiti on the door. I can't shit now because I see graffiti on the door.
Yeah, well,
What?
who knows?
You're weird as fuck, bro.
I mean, it's like, but they know who's going in. It's like, oh, if I gotta draw my little piece, I'm not gonna go to the nearest toilet and do it. They're gonna do it outside or something.
Who gives a fuck about graffiti?
Yeah, that's-
the real thing. What, you old man? Like, firstly,
Hey, these toilets are pretty pristine here.
it's a fucking room you piss and shit in.
Yeah,
Who
it's
gives a
not
fuck?
that- yeah,
What,
what
I care about is sometimes you need to pee and then you don't have.
You
the
don't
fucking-
have $1.
You
Yeah,
don't have
that's
the
the
change,
problem.
or
Yeah,
you
that's-
just go, why the fuck do I have to pay a whole euro just to urinate?
Yeah, then
Like,
you just go to the street, which is worse.
yeah.
As I
It's
said,
like,
it
should
keeps the riffraff out.
I think it should be a human right that you should be able to pee, because you can pee your pants in public, and that's not a crime. But if you pee,
Isn't it?
no.
But if you actually pee on the sidewalk,
Yeah, if you
and a
got your
cop
dick
sees
out
you,
and started
yeah, it's a
peeing,
crime.
but if you just wet your pants, it's not a crime. So what the fuck does that say about our society, ladies and gentlemen? You decide. You can call us on 1-800 Big Dick Players. Fucking get a dog up, yeah.
I guess they don't want to see big dicks out.
Wow.
No, it doesn't.
Yeah.
Oh,
I actually have a funny story with that. It was the first time I came to like Europe.
speaking of which, yeah.
Yeah, and it was it no, it was not the first time I came to Europe. It was the first time I was in Amsterdam actually. And on the flight I had a lot of drinks.
Yeah.
So between like getting out of the airport and getting to like the hostel that I was staying at,
Yeah.
I had to pee, but I didn't have to pee that bad. So I was like, I'll just make it to the hostel and then pee. And then it was a bad idea because I got to like the main train station, so Amsterdam Central. Fuck, I hope I don't get arrested for this. It's like backlog. Sir, when did this happen? 2011. Statute of limitation still stands. You're under arrest for public urination.
Fuck, I
You
knew
know.
it was illegal.
Yeah. So, anyways, so I get to the main train station and I was like, someone's moving out, huh?
What the fuck is that sound?
Is that Dexter?
It really sounds like someone's being tortured above me,
Yeah.
ladies and gentlemen. Please
Stand by.
Please
Yeah.
stand by. We're experiencing a little technical difficulty.
Yeah, we might have to investigate that.
Some murder related.
If you hear a
related
scream,
incident.
oh no, they might be sedated.
I think
it'll be all right. I'll
Vacuuming
just-
or something. It's fine.
Oh yeah, I'll probably just talk over it.
Yeah.
Well, that's what you get with the Big Dick Players Club. It's raw.
Raw dog in
Raw
it.
dogging it tonight.
Anyways,
way to
so
go.
I was at like the Amsterdam Central train station,
Boston for a
and
piss.
and I needed to piss real bad, and I was like, fuck, gotta find a toilet, and then like I saw like the toilet sign, so I fucking started running towards it, and then I get there, and it's like a turnstile with like a guy inside a booth, and then I'm like, fuck, I can't jump the turnstile, and then I look, it's like €1. I'm like, fuck, I don't have €1.
It's like a
Like-
fucking horror story
Yeah, I'm
for
just
me.
like, fuck, what am I gonna do? So then I'm like, do I talk to this guy? Like, is he gonna let me in? I'm like, fuck, it's not gonna happen. So I was like, fuck, I'll just try to make it to the hostel and pee there or something. So I get out and I look at my phone. I'm like, fuck, it's like a 50-minute walk to get to the hostel. And then if I get on the tram, it's like maybe like a 5-minute tram ride or something. But I might piss myself on the tram. I'm like, fuck. So I ended up getting on the tram and I'm like, don't go over bumps. It starts going over like it just starts jerking, and I'm
I've
like,
had a
fuck,
similar
fuck,
story
fuck.
with vomiting. Like,
And then I jumped off the tram at like the first stop because I'm like, I can't make this shit. So I jump off with like my luggage and shit, and then I'm looking around like, fuck, gotta pee, but like this area is busy as fuck. I've never
course
seen
it
so
is.
many
Of
people
course it
like
would be.
around. You know what I mean? So then I'm like, I start walking down like random alleyways trying to find a spot to pee. And then I found this area where like the wall has like a right angle. And I'm like, dude, I had like my dick up against the right angle and my head out in the corner just like looking to see if anyone's coming. I'm like, just let it all out. I was like, and then someone comes riding on a bike down the alleyway. I'm like, fuck, zip it up, stand still, stand still. Okay, waiting. Then he rides by, and then I'm like, okay, let me just empty the tank right now. I'm just like, oh.
It's so hard to stop once you've started.
Oh
though.
man,
It's
yeah.
like it's the worst pain.
Yeah,
I would
it's
assume
pretty bad.
that the pain is very similar to childbirth. I mean, something like, I'm just trying to, for all our lady listeners,
being real,
trying to
real
relate here.
sympathetic.
Yeah.
So basically, the moral of the story is, because of the paying washrooms, I defecated the streets of Amsterdam.
At least it wasn't diarrhea or something. That'd be far worse.
Pretty bad.
Yeah.
Have you ever heard the phrase "spend a penny"?
Spend a penny or bend a penny?
Spend a penny. I don't know. It's an old timey thing, but it was
a penny.
spend a penny.
No.
Means
Save a
to go
dollar?
spend a penny means to go pee. Well, this is what my papa told me, because you used to have to pay a penny to pee. So if you said, I'm just got to go spend a penny, it was like, I gotta go pee.
Well,
There's a little
have you
bit of
ever
historical
paid
background.
for a fart? Just saying.
In what way?
You think you need a shit? You go pay 50 cents to go use the bathroom,
You just had to
and then you sit down, and then you're like, "Oh, it was just gas," and then you get up. You didn't even need to pee; it was
Yeah,
just a
that's
fart.
That's terrible. That's
You just go,
fucking
"I've
terrible.
been robbed by the state."
I would be pretty pissed.
That's
Maybe
fucking
there's a number you can
bullshit, man.
call, and maybe
It's
you
a
can get
human
a
right.
partial refund or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then you got to prove.
You know those
that.
toilets where it's not really, it's kind of regulated. It's mostly like at a club or whatever. There's some guy there, and then like you
The
should,
bathroom dude.
yeah, you should give him like the 50 cents or whatever.
Yeah.
Sometimes you just don't have any money, you know?
Yeah, or you just give him
Guilt
what. I
trip
like
you.
it when you give him whatever. Like, just
Yeah,
a
you
little
just
bit of
drop like whatever you have in there.
10 cents, 20 cents, whatever. The
Trying
thing
to get the maximum amount of coins to make the most amount of like ching, while you're running out of there
yeah.
until he
Yeah, but-
realizes it's like 6 cents.
you do sound like you're coming across a bit pov, Brody. You're declaring how pov you are on air.
Extremely.
Hey,
Ladies,
If you would like
this
to
single,
support Brody,
single
go to
lad.
Patreon right now
Exactly.
and subscribe.
He'll be a hot date.
Only to Brody. He really needs it.
yeah, it's just, we can't pee in public, right? I don't have the money for that.
The thing is, they don't even, like, those bathroom guys or whatever, they're supposed to be there to make the bathroom clean. And there's toilet paper and paper towel and
Yeah.
stuff, and wipe the areas down.
They
And that
should
was
just
that's the
standing
argument.
outside.
It's
That was
usually
the
a mess.
argument that these guys are there. You pay them because they maintain
Yeah.
the toilets. But in Australia, we don't fucking pay to pee, and our toilets are clean, and they're
Yeah,
probably
because the company pays someone to do it.
and they're way cleaner.
Yeah, but here apparently the company doesn't want to pay someone to do it, so then they have someone there that they want you to pay.
They don't even do a good job.
Yeah, and then you're like, dude, I paid to get in here.
I
What
paid
the
to get
fuck?
in here, and this place looks like a fucking train spotting bathroom.
It's like if it's a big like a big shopping center, like they should just add like $1 to the rent for all the 100 shops that are in there.
And no one would notice,
No,
honestly.
because I think that's how it works in the rest of the world. But they're like, no, everything else in here gets paid for by the rent, but the toilets.
What if
What if?
there's a bathroom union?
Yeah.
And
Oh man,
because I
I
reckon
hope
these
there- I
guys
hope there
make
is.
enough money from those little tips that you give them,
you know the ones.
where it adds up more than the company would pay them. So they are like, we don't want to end this shit.
They're onto a good
We
thing.
want this shit to keep going.
Okay, wait. In Germany, they're pretty average, right? They're just like people standing in front of a plate.
Yeah.
Just like, okay, put the money in, otherwise you can't pee. They're just controlling the toilets.
Yeah.
But I don't know if you've been to one in like maybe like Spain or something. They have guys that have perfume and all different hand soaps and shit.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
And it's
earlier.
some African guy that's always smiling, like,
Yeah.
"Hello, sir, welcome to
and
the
it's like
toilets.
premium service. Yeah, it's like premium service.
Would you like some cologne, my friend? I got gum as well. Would you like some gum?" I'm like, "I'm drinking, man, but I'm gonna give you all my money right now."
Yeah, they give you like a fresh towel, like wipe your hands with
Yeah.
this. Or a hot towel
And then
to wipe your
the
face.
best thing is he
And
would
you're just
he would like turn the taps on for you, heat up the water, and then he would also like at the same time flick his hand back and like hit the hand dryer.
Yeah, so
the hand dryer would turn on,
yeah.
like he'd done it a million times. He did it with style and class. And
those guys like give a lot of money. Yeah.
yeah, they were fucking dope, man. That was better than being out at the club. Was being in the toilet with this guy. He was real, at least. Yeah. Anyway,
yeah, I've encountered that a few times. I quite like those guys. Those guys, I empty my pocket. I'm like, oh, dude, get yourself a beer.
Yeah.
Jeez.
What happens if you didn't have the money? Like, could you
They're
just
actually
never go
pretty
back?
friendly still. Like,
yeah.
they
Sometimes they're like, yeah, don't worry about
don't-
it.
Yeah, they're like in my experience, they've been pretty chill. It's like, dude, I'm getting money. Like next time when
Don't
you
worry,
come
next
back
time,
in, yeah.
don't worry about it.
And then
So-
it's the second time when it's awkward when you're like,
yeah.
oh, fuck, dude.
Again.
Then the service goes down a little. He might not turn on the blow dryer for you, but you get pretty good service anyway. But yeah, that was the bathroom thing.
Yeah. So the whole podcast is going to be about toilets. The toilet edition. We actually legit could do that because there's enough
goes on,
material.
yeah.
You know, I mean, it's something you do every day. You pee, you poo, you pay, depending on which country you're in.
Sometimes, yeah.
So we can go on and on about that. But I want to bring up that there's the gay penguins at the zoo here in Berlin. And for all those who don't know, there's 2 male penguins in the zoo, and they're in love. And they nursed a stone as if it was an egg of their own.
That's awesome.
And then to put the
that's
icing on
pretty
the
cute.
cake is the zookeepers decided to give them a real I don't know if it was unfertilized. They don't know yet, but they're putting it there for the gay penguins to raise as their own. And
egg.
if it hatches, it'll be the first like gay parenting animals, I guess.
No, I'm pretty sure they have other ones. Probably we just haven't documented it.
Maybe, but it's definitely
Because
the
when it
first
comes
documented.
to like an egg, it's like whoever sits on it, it's
Yeah.
good. You know what I mean?
I've never heard of gay penguins, but I think it's cool that they're in Berlin.
I mean,
It's Berlin's very
what if
gay
they're not-
friendly, you know.
What if
so-
they're not gay? They're just like good mates. You know what I mean? It's like, hey man, like you want to hang out all the time?
Yeah,
Like,
no,
yes.
but if they're gay, does that mean like, do they have to fuck each other, or do they have like a platonic gay relationship? Is that
that's true.
possible? I don't know. We ask all the big questions here on the Big Dick
Yeah.
Players podcast.
The topic of
So if you and your best mate like hanging out a lot,
Yeah.
but you never fuck or did anything like uber sexual, like you just hung out, watch some Netflix, play some
Well,
video games.
that's where what you're saying now is where do you draw the line of being gay?
Yeah.
And I think it's fine to live with a friend. I don't know, maybe sleeping in the same bed.
Is that gay? Because I mean, if you turn your backs to each other, it's all good.
No, well that's different.
what
I
I
guess
mean?
you're right.
depends
I
if
guess
if there's another option
You would
to the bed. If the bed is like the last place.
No, but sometimes you just like you're cold as shit.
I think it's got to be
Just
like
need
if
extra
it
body
is
heat.
sexual, then it's gay.
Yeah, of course.
So as soon as it turns sexual for one of the people, even if the other guy is like, no, he's my friend, but the guy starts doing gay shit to him, that's gay.
or he's like, hey,
He's turned it
have you ever thought about making out? And that's
Yeah.
gay.
My mouth
like
is cold.
that Black Mirror episode.
My mouth is cold.
Jesus Christ. Does that one work for you, Brody?
It's because you have a bloody ice cube in your mouth. You
It's not gay. Just cold mouth.
Man.
well said, Brody. Well said. So yeah,
Gay penguins. Yeah.
fucking gay penguins. Nice.
Yeah, so the gay penguins.
They're probably gonna like hatch the egg and raise like the most badass penguin ever. Start like a revolution in the zoo. Just like penguins running everywhere. Like
Hey,
Madagascar.
if we had penguins running everywhere, that'd be cool. Penguins are cool.
Well, naturally.
Yeah, well, yeah.
naturally. Yeah, naturally.
We used to have a rock.
Are they endangered?
Which
Depends what
penguin?
ones?
Yeah, there's several species of penguins.
Ah,
dude.
okay. I thought there were just like two of them, like the ones that are cold and the ones that are hot.
Penguins?
Yeah, like you have the little ones who like they're like I can live anywhere, and then like the bigger ones who's
There's
like,
The king penguins.
I need some cold.
No, they're emperor penguins, aren't they?
It's like emperor, maybe king as well.
There's probably a king penguin as well. I'd say there's fairy penguins. That's what we get in Victoria.
That's the little guys, right?
Yeah, they're the little ones.
Yeah.
They're the ones that the penguin
They
I
just
think is
swim
based on in Batman.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Oh, okay,
that
that's
kind of
interesting.
penguin.
I didn't know that. I thought
Yeah,
it
they
was
have
just
that
the
little-
big one. Don't they all waddle? Like,
Yeah, they do waddle, but some they're just so small and angry. They got like a grumpy look on their face
okay, yeah.
that makes them cuter, I think.
But they're tiny as fuck. Like you can
Yeah.
kick him and kill him.
Well, you shouldn't.
Sorry, man.
But
Yeah, you shouldn't do that.
Didn't
We
mean to kill you.
recommend to all our listeners to
to not.
not
Don't start
kick
kicking
any
penguins.
of the Australian native animals. The rest of them
Okay.
you can get fucked. I don't care.
So where do you find them? Like in Australia?
What penguins
Yeah, the little
on the
ones.
coast?
Oh, okay. So they're just on the beach chilling.
No, they like come in from the beach and then they nest in the coastline.
Okay, so you can actually like walk up and like, hey, what up, buddy?
Yeah.
Well, they normally out at sea or they're in their wall caves, you know.
Okay, I see. I see,
So you
I see.
rarely see them,
Yeah.
but I think at dawn they normally come in from
okay.
yeah,
Makes sense.
getting all their fishing or whatever.
That's
and when you
pretty
see
cool.
them all come out of the water, it's hilarious.
Fucking probably freaky. Just all these like little black and white things. Like,
They have
they're
a
teeny and they're so cute though.
they have this thing at Phillip Island, which is like an hour and a half out of Melbourne, and you can go see the penguins, these little fairy penguins, and you buy tickets and you get up at dawn. And you sit in this like little amphitheater. Well, it's not even an amphitheater. It's just a little stadium that they built on the
Yeah.
beach. And they've got these lights, and you're not allowed to do any flash photography or any of that stuff. But the penguins come in, and they walk like straight through the audience.
no way.
Yeah, because they just like
Gotta-
everyone just
they
stays
just don't
still.
know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So some of them like they're going under the stadium, like the stadium seating, and
You just jump
It's
out
pretty
like,
dope.
"Ooh," they start running everywhere. Ah!
Yeah, little
like-
turbos.
Mad heart attacks. Like, penguins die.
You really want to kill a penguin? Okay.
Nah, I don't want to kill a
Batman
penguin.
scarred you or something.
you have a killer whale, you have a killer penguin.
Yeah.
We used to have at our shack we have a place on Kangaroo Island, which is just off of South Australia, which is like a little holiday place for us. And it's weird that you talking about a rock that a penguin's nursed as an egg, because we had this big circular rock that was like maybe 15 centimeters across, and it's probably still at the shack somewhere, but it was always known as the penguin egg. And I don't know where it came from, but it's just been at the shack for forever, and it was always referred to as the penguin egg.
Is this like a gay egg or?
No, it's
There's
just
no relevance to the story at all.
no, it's a round egg that was called the penguin egg, which relates
Brody's-
to the
Brody's
the
stories
gay,
are
the gay
like-
penguin.
When I was 5 years old, my teacher in kindergarten gave me a paper that had a drawing of a penguin, and for whatever reason, I colored it in, and yeah, like I made one part white and one part black, and it came out to be just like a penguin.
It's weird.
One time I saw a penguin. Anyway, I got another one that's
No one cares about the penguin egg. Okay.
Not at all.
it's the next
Zero interest.
the next talking point. People can identify with any gender these days, but why is it so controversial when people identify as a different race to their own?
This
That's
just
funny.
seems
That's
to be a
funny as
bigger
fuck.
thing than I've
First-
ever heard about.
Like, you know,
But why do you
trans
have to
person-
identify?
a trans person identifies as a different gender to their signed birth gender, but
Okay.
if you're black and you identify as white or
Yeah, but-
vice versa,
That's the one I don't understand. Like, you don't need to.
Are people doing I don't
No,
know
but-
if I can't.
like you're saying, like the question is, people feel, you know,
Yeah, but what is
They
it
feel a
to
certain
be
way.
black? You know what I mean?
Mm.
Like, other than like the look of your physical.
but isn't that
attributes.
what trans is as well? Like it's a lot to do with the look.
Probably not.
I wouldn't. I'm not like a.
I'm not
I'm not educated on the topic, so I can't really speak.
But
on
wouldn't
that.
trans?
But
Ask Dave Chappelle, he'll
I
know.
think I'm really heading into territory that
but
I'm
I
not
mean like I
experienced
think
with.
like okay, like being black you could classify it as like a lifestyle,
Mm.
other than like the physical look of the person.
Mm.
Because like a black guy from Africa versus a black guy from like North America versus a black guy from South Africa. I mean South America.
Yeah, there's different
They,
kinds.
they all have different fucking lifestyles, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And they all look at each other like, dude, you're not black. Like, you don't know the struggle I've been through. Like, you call that a struggle? Like, come on. But then at the same time, to like someone who physically does not look like them, it's like, oh, he is not black, but we, like the three of us now are black. You know what I mean?
Oh,
So,
yeah. When you have
it's
the
like-
common enemy.
Yeah, kind of thing. So it's like when you try to like identify as, I don't know, black, Asian, whatever, white, it's like,
It's like Indian guys saying they're black. And you're like,
Yeah,
well, you're
it's
not
like-
black.
it's like, dude, just live the lifestyle you want.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's where like I think it's a bit weird when you
Yeah, but
when you try to say like I identify as black. What does that give you the right to say like nigger?
Yeah.
I mean, you could probably say it anyways.
that'd be fucking awesome if people were like, yeah, I identify as black, so I'm gonna start dropping N bombs.
Yeah, just like
to be
everywhere. It's like nigga. It's like, what is wrong with you?
I
Okay,
identify.
firstly, you know that any white person, if they've like, okay, you're black now. The first thing that
It's
they'd all say
probably-
is
yeah.
the N word. They'd
It's
just be like,
oh, I'm trying to make up for the last 30 years
Yeah.
that I missed out. I'm not using it.
oh my god, this is so fun. I'd love to be black for a day and
Yeah.
just drop the N bomb everywhere.
But I think I don't know. I think it's weird when someone's like, oh, I identify as Asian because I feel fucking smart. It's like, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
Or
Different
they're like,
stereotypes.
I like eating rice and sushi.
Well, I just wanted to know though, like, it's the same thing or a similar thing when they legalized gay marriage, right?
Okay.
And then people like the conservative idiots, are like, oh, well, when are we gonna stop? People are gonna be marrying their dogs and cats soon, and it's kind of like, okay, that's a bit of an ignorant statement.
Yeah.
But also, why can't a man marry his cat or dog? Where do we draw the line?
Probably because the cat doesn't have any say in the matter.
There's no consensual.
Yeah, the cat's probably like, meow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that a yes or
that's
a no?
that's
meow?
definitely a yes. Oh, he wants it real bad. Oh, you're gonna get it.
So there you have it, folks.
It's some kind of pussy
It's like, sir, you're just saying what you think. Poor cat. 2 weeks later, cat dies.
Yeah, I don't know how that happened.
Cause of death, a ripped asshole.
That could have happened anyhow.
Yeah. He slipped and fell on the cucumber.
I'm sure someone's done it somewhere.
Yeah, I mean, people are fucked in the head, man. Bestiality is a thing.
Have you heard of that video called Mr. Hands?
No, I haven't. What's it about? Is it like a 2 girls, 1 cup?
It's like a one guy, one horse type
One
of
guy,
thing.
1 horse. Oh, why would you put yourself through that? Oh, that's so fun.
I haven't watched it.
Is he
but I've
alive?
heard- No.
Oh, dude, that horse will fuck you up. Have you seen a horse's dick? Oh, dude,
Yeah.
they're fucking massive. Wow. In what world? Like, not even lube can help you with that.
It's like
dude.
I thought it was when I first heard about it, I thought it was like an internet lore type thing.
Yeah,
like it's one of
yeah,
those like, oh yeah, there's a video out there. But then
That's fucked.
I haven't watched it, but I've seen like the start of it. And I don't think I can go any further.
Oh, you so watched it. Brody's so full of shit.
I got to the
fucking
one.
watched-
So
he watched
what's
the whole
Brody
video.
done tonight? He shot himself in the foot.
He fucking
No.
watched the whole
He admitted
video.
that he's watched bestiality
Yeah.
movies and jerked off to them.
You're fucking-
Just adding things in there.
Brody, you're disgusting.
I didn't watch. I got to the point. I'm like, no, this has got to be the video, and I couldn't.
bro.
No, and you also admitted before that you're cheap,
Yeah.
saying that you pay you try to give the toilet people your brown change, so
Yeah.
it sounds like you're giving them more.
You're a class
No.
A scumbag, bro.
It's class A.
I think you're really making me out to be worse
you
than
watch,
I am.
You watch bestiality. And
So
No,
I,
I had to
I just
verify the
turned Brody's
start.
microphone off so he can't defend himself.
I had to see the start. I'm like, this is probably definitely it. I've watched a lot of
Fucked up
dumb shit on the internet, but I actually drew the line at Mr. Hands.
Oh, that's fucked, though.
Yeah, right.
I mean, I guess people are really fucked in the head.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Where they're
morbid
like,
curiosity.
I mean, I was never that curious.
Man,
But
there's
like,
Okay,
I'm
I got a
kind of morbid curious. you
I got
know?
a story about how fucked up people are and
Okay.
from different parts of the world.
All right.
So,
But is it a perspective thing? You know what I mean?
well,
What would you say?
I'll tell the story and then you guys decide.
Okay.
There was this dishwasher at my old work, and he was from South Sudan.
Okay.
I don't even know which. There's Sudan and South Sudan.
Yeah, there's
Yeah.
two Sudans.
He was from one of those, I think South, and he had a family back there, but he was living in Scotland in
Okay.
Edinburgh, and he was giving all his money back to this family, you know, and his English wasn't great,
Okay.
and he was just working there to like send money back home.
Oh, that's
Anyway,
rough.
after work one day, he's like taps me on the shoulder and he's like, hey Sean, watch this video, it's so funny. And it's just like a really kind of scruffy looking dog in India, and it's this guy walks up to the dog, picks it up by the tail and starts swinging it around.
Oh, damn, that's fucked.
Yeah, like total animal cruelty,
Damn.
torture.
Yeah.
And the dog's getting spun around like so much. It's fucking disgusting and hard to watch.
Yeah.
And the guy's laughing, like the guy from South Sudan.
Yeah.
And he's just like, ha, look at it, it's, you know. And then the guy like throws the dog at the end, and the dog kind of like hurries along.
Yeah.
And it's,
Yeah, that's pretty
Man.
fucked. I mean,
and we had to tell him, like,
that's not cool.
yeah, like me and my coworkers were like, dude, that's not right. Like,
Yeah.
you can't laugh at. But I don't know what he thought. Like, I wonder if he was like, went home and was angry, was like, ugh, they didn't get my jokes.
Yeah, these guys don't know what funny is. No, I think it's just like
They don't know what fun is.
imagine he's just like, oh, hey, like he
I
like
just want to play catch with the dog.
he
I mean,
writes a
where's the
letter
fun
back
in that?
home to like his family.
He gets the ball. He
Oh
comes
yeah,
back.
I'm working with a bunch of like weird white people who don't understand like what funny is. Like I watched this video where they was spinning a dog, and I was laughing my ass off. Like it was a dog.
It was one of the funniest videos of all time.
Yeah, I think it's just like
He didn't like the video. I think he's racist against Indian people.
yeah, I think it's just like people in different places have like a different regard for life that
Yeah,
is not
definitely.
human,
Yeah.
and like I think in most non
Well, in
first world
India,
countries,
they believe
like the cow is the shit, right?
Yeah, the cow is the shit, but they believe in reincarnation, and like the
Yeah,
better
yeah.
you do in life, you know, you get human is like the top, and then
Yeah,
it kind of pillars down.
Yeah,
But the humans are at the top, and if you do good in life, then you get to heaven or whatever they call it.
yeah.
And if you do bad, you go back as like
another
maybe a
tier.
dog, or
Yeah.
depending on how bad you are, you come back as a human or a cockroach or
Yeah.
whatever. So they see dogs or whatever as like people who did crimes in another life.
Hmm.
So
Oh, wow.
It's not a good way to think
it's not
about
a great
things.
way to think about things, but
I mean, it's a different way of thinking.
yeah.
Mm.
And
Because
India
like,
is
what if
fucked
it's
up.
true, right? You know what I mean? Like, what if it's true? All these dogs that you see running around, people are like, oh my god, it's so cute. It's just some like scumbag that raped like 5 other.
Then
like,
why are dogs so nice?
Yeah, why a dog's man's best friend?
Maybe
they don't have a choice. Otherwise, they have a fucked up life. You know what I mean?
Well, it's a
'Cause, like,
second
you-
chance, really.
Yeah,
Or
yeah.
a third,
and
or
you look
I don't
like
know how many
a
chances to
wolf or
get.
something. Like,
Yeah, maybe in the second life they're like, I did shit as a human, but I'm gonna do the best I can as a
Well,
dog.
yeah,
First-
so they can come back as a human to fuck shit up again. Right?
Okay.
And that's why dogs are so
Do they
fucking
they
nice.
must believe that like new spirits come from somewhere, because obviously the population.
Well, I
Or
guess the
is
new
it, like-
spirit comes when you make like a baby. That's where the new spirit comes.
No, but being like a baby is
Oh, it could
they're
be
just
like
saying
a
it's a
old spirit.
reincarnated,
Yeah,
like you did life good, but you didn't do it great enough to get into heaven, so you go back and you try it again. So your spirit gets transferred.
So
That's
what
what
I
they
think,
believe.
Okay, so my theory now, based on what you said, is like a new spirit comes when not enough people do good to make a new human. So then by like force of whatever, a new spirit is born. You know what I mean? So if you
There
have
must be- I
10,000
don't know.
people,
There must be a way
if
that
you have
they-
10,000 people who are all bad, and when they get reincarnated, the only thing like they can be reincarnated as is like a fucking dog or like a cockroach or some shitty animal, right? And then like you and Brody have like a kid. Brody's a chick in this story. He's not. He's not.
He's
just,
a
like,
chicken in real life.
He's a female Brody. So you and Bro's like you like bang 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 bang, and then Brody gets like knocked up, and he's like, oh fuck, I'm knocked up. And then like in the process, it's like the soul is like, what do I come back as? A dog, a cat? No, they're all fucking.
Am I
shit.
human or not in this situation?
You're human.
Or
Okay.
in limbo. I don't
So
know.
like in your stomach,
hard
the
to follow.
baby's like trying to like decide like, oh, what am I gonna be? Like, oh my god, and then the higher power is like, oh fuck it, we need a new soul. There you go, new soul.
Well, I mean, I don't know what the logistics are behind India's
That's my theory, man.
Hinduism, but
It's my fucking theory. It sounds plausible.
I mean,
Sticking by.
you think about it, like new souls must have to exist in their religion because eventually everyone you think would do life enough times to
go
get
to
it
heaven.
right and
Yeah,
go to
yeah.
heaven, and then there'd be no one on earth, right?
It's gonna be some kind of conservation.
Or we're
of,
just
like,
we're just terrible and we'll never learn. But anyway,
Yeah, the cycle just keeps going.
But we're
just
just talking shit about stuff we don't even know
yeah,
about.
exactly. Some
No,
like
no, these souls
some
are gonna
Hindu
come from
guys just
somewhere.
like listening, like, oh my
This-
god, these
yeah.
fucking idiots! Like, oh, they don't know anything. Educate yourself, you ignorant piece of shit.
now I wanted to change topics and say, what's the deal?
With
What's the deal? What's the dealio with our senses sparking memory? And why is smell the strongest scent? In my opinion.
why is smell the strongest scent or sense? What? I'm
Sense?
confused.
It's a riddle. No, I'll say that again. But why is it that smell reminds you or kind of refreshes your memory when other things such as like taste, like eating something doesn't take me back as much as smelling something would?
I think that probably depends on who you are.
Is it?
Yeah, man. Because like every time a hooker tastes dick, she's like, ooh. I know. I remember that.
Yeah, but I think if she, my argument is, I reckon the smell of dick would make her would make her feel more like she was there and remember it more vividly
Who knows?
than if she actually tasted dick. That's my my philosophy.
Ooh.
I don't know how we got to whores, but it's more about memory and our senses.
really quickly.
Yeah.
And our senses. Why is it that they all?
I don't know. I can't answer this one.
Because
this one's a
evolutionary.
bit
Dr.
too
Brody.
scientific. Yeah.
I don't know 100%.
This is a Brody topic.
But I have a feeling it's because you need the smell of something, like something rotting, is going to be bad for you. So we evolved so that if we smell
yeah, I think I've
bad
heard this.
smells, it's better to not have a stronger sense of smell that connects with memory. Like the last time I ate something that smelled like that, I got sick. So
okay.
I don't know if that's 100%, but I think I've read something about that.
I mean, I think that's why things like taste bad or smell bad or I don't know. But
Well,
then again,
I mean,
it's like-
humans are pretty good about being able to tell, like, if something's out of date, like you've got some food in the fridge and you smell it, generally if it doesn't smell bad, it's probably still good to eat.
Yeah.
Because our sense of smell is so good that we
that's pretty fucking awesome, bro. That's some,
fine-tune machines.
some cool shit. I like smell, and I think it's underrated. I mean, we don't.
Oh yeah.
We never
so
do.
if you had to lose one sense or a sense, one of your
We're all
senses,
fucking up.
Which
Sense.
one would you lose?
The sixth one.
The sixth
The one where I see dead people, Lambert.
Let it go.
Yeah, that creepy one where I see
here
dead
all the
people
time.
everywhere.
I can sleep now.
They're here right now.
Fuck, I'm out of here.
Yeah.
They visit me while I'm sleeping. I forget what I was going to say. Brody,
Well,
on to you.
You can answer my goddamn question.
What one? I would. That's tough.
Yeah, it's
it would
hella tough.
definitely. I know someone, like one of my friends who was.
What about
who's-
taste? Just give it a taste.
I don't know. That kind of ruins a lot of things.
It does get
They
rid
all
of it.
ruin something.
Then food is just like
What about
shit.
feel? You can't
I would
feel
say
anything.
touch, but then again, I know there are people that also had some kind of disorder where they can't touch, and
then
they end
they-
up injuring themselves
all
Yeah,
the
yeah,
time.
yeah,
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 that would
yeah.
suck.
And it would
You
definitely
would
not
probably
be
kill
science.
yourself by like, I don't know, hitting your toe and it rotting and you didn't even notice.
Yeah, you'd
Because
get
like every day you would have to check your whole
I
body
mean,
for
come on,
scars.
we got all the shit there for reasons, you know?
Mm.
It's gonna suck one way or
Yeah,
another.
of course, we're
It's a
trying to
disability.
eliminate like,
But which one
because you could
is
get by
worse?
pretty good without sight, you know.
I don't know, man.
I would lose any other sense.
But hey, you could still do the podcast. You could listen to podcasts,
True that.
and that's your life. You could still feel titties.
That is very important.
You know what? It's just like doing it with the lights off, Brody.
Exactly.
Which is what happens to you every time, I imagine.
Bam.
Sweet burn. Sweet burn.
Yeah, so
Nothing but net.
I mean, if you think of people who have like what about hearing?
I would maybe take hearing.
Yeah.
Because I think there's probably more advances in being able to
I'm
make.
sick of hearing your bullshit. That's what you meant to say. Jesus Christ. Defend yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't have to defend myself.
He
I
can't
just let-
hear you.
I just let you
I
go
reckon
until you
if you
burn
didn't,
yourself out.
if you didn't hear stuff, it would be
Because
it
you
would
could
be
read
shit.
lips, right?
It would be shit, but you could like
Get around.
you could get around. I think was it in Seinfeld they say like, I wouldn't want to be blind because I wouldn't know if people are messing with my food. It would ruin food for me. I always think they put bugs in there and stuff, you know, and that's the truth. You could never enjoy a meal.
Yeah. I mean, you would always be paranoid. But
And I
guess
actually
you
would
always
love to
think,
say
like,
I'm deaf. Like if someone started talking to me and I didn't want to talk
and
to
you
them,
would be talking like.
and I'm like, sorry, I'm
weird.
deaf. I'm deaf.
You're like, I'm deaf.
And sign it to them.
Sorry.
But you know that
that.
one time that a deaf person tried that, and then the person actually did sign. Oh, that's okay. I speak sign.
Yeah,
You're like,
just
damn it. I got to pee.
You know, not all deaf people know sign language, right?
Not all of them.
No, the people that became deaf later in life.
Well, then they learn.
Yeah, well they
sign
learn
language,
sign,
right?
man. It's pretty easy.
No, my nana went deaf at 30.
At 30.
She
And
had like
didn't learn
she
sign
had like an
language.
ear infection,
Oh, that's rough.
and when she went in to get like a surgery on the infected ear, they operated on the wrong ear.
ear.
And then they tried
Ruined
to fix
the
other one,
rearing.
yeah.
So
ruined
she's
the
rich.
hearing.
No,
No, it was like this was before.
she could have sued these motherfuckers.
This was
man.
way before that was a thing.
This is in like
okay.
the 50s or something.
So they operated on the wrong one, and then in that time, the infection ruined the
Got
hearing.
worse.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she has like a cochlear implant now, but she's like really good at
lips.
reading lips.
Did she have like a notepad, or did she have a notepad
What?
to write shit down because she can't sign?
I mean, she can still speak
But
But
What?
how does she know what other people are saying?
yeah,
because she reads their lips.
yeah. But how is her like speech? Does she say shit loud as fuck, or
Can you imagine?
No, not
'cause
really.
She can't hear herself speaking.
But you can still hear like the vibrations.
Ah, so it's
Like even with your headphones in, like you can still tell if you're like yelling or like talking a bit lower. You know, like she
guess.
you know by the vibrations.
She's probably not actually deaf. She's just fucking with you guys.
Yeah.
She's just tired of hearing your bullshit. for,
Sometimes
like,
we say like she
40
just like
years.
switches her hearing aid off and just like nods along.
Yeah,
Just
yeah,
like,
yeah.
I'm sick of hearing these
It's like, fuck
dickheads.
these.
Just like,
It's like when Kendall like.
And
puts
anytime
on
you want to
headphones.
say something, you just put your hand in front of your mouth.
Yeah.
I'm just be like, Grandma's a real bitch. Grandma's being a real bitch today.
Fucking ground.
Oh yeah, I just one sugar, Grandma. Thank you. Goddamn
But,
bitch.
damn.
No, I'd never call my grandma a bitch. God,
Rest
not
her,
God rest. What do they say?
God rest her soul.
she's not dead
Is she
yet.
alive?
No, she's passed.
Oh, okay, yeah, because mine are all gone.
Oh, what? Still with?
No, they're gone.
Then
Mine are
God
all
rest.
gone. Grandfathers, grandmothers. It's weird when that happens.
Yeah, they
Like
kick
when
the bucket
your
for the
family
end.
just kind of goes.
Yeah.
Like, oh, now I get why people want kids.
Yeah.
Because eventually you're just going to end up alone
Yeah.
and dead. And you're like, I don't want that.
No, this sucks.
Yeah, this sucks.
Have a
And
few
yeah.
whippersnappers running around.
Exactly.
Wipe my asshole.
Go, Jamie, go get mummy cigarettes. So,
what
yeah.
were we saying again?
Yeah, I forgot how we got to where we are right now.
Oh
Well,
yeah, it
it
was
was-
because you were saying the deaf people think like
We're talking about senses
okay.
When I
all
said
the way
Nana,
up.
yeah, we
Nana
were talking
doesn't
about
speak like
senses.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had another one which was chopsticks versus fork. But as you said before the pod, that might have been a Seinfeld thing.
It's definitely a Seinfeld thing.
Also, I think it's
Just
a bit
always-
insensitive if you
I'm just saying.
want to get rid of a chopstick.
Okay, firstly, all I was gonna say about it was, Chinese people would have just had the chopsticks, right,
Okay.
for hundreds of years,
Yeah.
and then all of a sudden, some white people on a boat come and they got a fork,
Yeah.
and people are like, "Whoa, what's that?" But they still they're like, we'll have both. But it probably took years and years to get to how it is. Like if you go to Hong Kong or something, you can get knives and forks. Oh, maybe not knives, but like a spoon or
like a proper restaurant. You could.
yeah.
Yeah,
No,
a spoon I understand because you can't really
always
eat soup
get
with a
chopsticks.
chopstick.
Yeah.
You know.
Chopsticks is always get that as an option.
Yeah, because I mean they're so proficient at using chopsticks. It's like better for them. It's probably better than a fork. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
That's what I figured. Because
I do it like a white man. I'm just gonna put my hand up and say I've always done it. I can't hold my pen right, so how do you expect me to hold chopsticks right?
Okay. I'm pretty good at chopsticks, so I can see both both arguments. Or like I'm pretty good at using chopsticks, so
I can play chopsticks on the piano like Birdie does. But
and then like I would say I'm equally as good with both. But in the beginning, I was like, "Why the fuck would you use this shit?" And then once I got used to it, I was just like, "Yeah."
When I was a kid, I used to just like stab the things so I could make it like a little skewer.
That's apparently a pretty. I think it's Japanese culture. Like when you stab into something, it means like death.
Yeah, well,
So yeah.
bring it, bitches. That's all I said. I was a fierce 4-year-old man
Oh, man.
going out for Asian
Imagine
food.
you were just like freaking out the staff, just like, oh no, what the white man do? Oh my god.
Yeah,
Little Shawnee's just like,
Yeah. Meanwhile, he's just like killing their whole like lineage. Like,
that was fine, man. Where I grew up in Australia, it was like one of the biggest Asian populations in all of Melbourne.
oh, okay.
So I'd be the only white guy on the bus.
He killed a lot of people.
yeah.
Yeah.
Sean is responsible for
That's why he's
Hiroshima
so-
and
I'm just saying,
Nagasaki.
when I went to Asia, I almost felt like I was at home a little bit. Like it didn't feel.
I'm amongst my people.
It's kind of like when you go
He
to.
identifies as Asian.
yeah.
Well, as we discussed in previous pods, Australia is in Asia. Bitch.
That's true.
You have to add the bitch on the end to real drill it in. But that's what she said. All right, I'm done. So,
That's what she said.
oh god, that's so good. Anyway, Asia. What about you guys? Did you just have like a predominantly white or
No, I had like
What?
a mix of almost everything
in Canada?
in Canada.
Canada.
I wouldn't say I had an abundance of anything, to be honest. It was like enough of everything.
I feel like there's less but black people in.
No, actually, in Toronto, there's a shit ton of them.
Yeah, but I felt like it was less than in America.
I think it depends on where in America you go. 'Cause
Okay.
If you're in a black town,
Yeah, I guess
all
I
you're gonna
had.
see is like
I
black
only was
people.
on the East Coast, so I don't know jack shit.
Yeah, there's hella black people. Like New York, fucking black people.
In Australia, there's like 4 of them.
I can
There's
see that.
four black
It's
guys.
pretty far. A lot of water to cross, you know. We don't trust the boats anymore, so it's pretty long.
Yeah, do you want to
swim.
go on a cruise? Absolutely not.
Yeah, it's like, man, you tried that once. We learned.
Yeah.
Speaking of cruises, I saw this video the other day that it was talking about how fucked like cruises actually are. They just
What, like the
pollute
big cruise ships?
Yeah, they just pollute the fuck out of the environment. Just because they're like a massive city on steroids, basically.
Yeah, they use a lot of fuel, and it's just
Yeah,
They have like 1,500 people staff.
yeah.
Like-
Apparently, like one cruise company, like the Carnival, I think is the biggest one. They produce more CO2s than all the cars in Europe.
Fuck.
really.
Yeah, like
All
all
of the
their
cars
ships,
of 500
Yeah.
million.
all the cars in Europe, they produce more CO2s.
My uncle just went on a cruise,
Oh man,
and I met up with him and his wife
Yeah,
recently, and they were saying like, they went from, I don't know, somewhere in Australia or in Asia, and which is
Yeah.
thank you, Brody, and which is in Asia, and thank you. They went on this cruise, and it went all the way, like it stopped in parts of Asia, and then it went through the Middle East, and it went through the canal.
Panama.
Yeah, and
Wow.
the gateway to Europe. as they call it, I think.
Okay.
And this canal is man-made, and they were saying that like there's this giant. They're on this giant cruise ship, which is like 3,000 people plus,
Yeah.
and they go through this tiny canal. Sounded like Trump there. Tiny canal, and then
Best.
it's the best canal. It's the best canal. And sorry, I'll stay on point. But they're going through, and it's like either side there must be like a meter for this ship to get through. Like it's very, very narrow. But then it's desert on either side. And he was like, it's a pretty cool experience to be like driving through the desert on a giant cruise ship.
Yeah.
He's like, it's pretty surreal. And then all of a sudden, like 10 hours later, you're in Europe.
Yeah.
Like you were just in Africa
Yeah.
and India, and then boom.
It's crazy.
Yeah, and also I think they have a lot of military. The best, actually, sorry, I missed out the most important part of the story, or the most interesting part, which was they were briefed before the cruise
Okay.
to if Somalian pirates
Oh, really?
come on board, because they were going to go through the areas
Oh,
where they're
wow.
prone
That's
to,
fucked.
and
That's fucked up.
they were like, okay, this is what they'll do with the boats, and they normally get 2 boats, and then they get some rope, and they stop the boat, and then they like climb aboard, and if they do, we all go to this room, and it was like, you know, like a plane evacuation
Yeah.
thing, but for Somalian pirates.
For pirates.
I'm like, that's fucking crazy, man.
But what was the plan? Like, do they just do they go to a safe
I'm
room
guessing
and
they
then
all go to like the vault, lock themselves up, and like let them take whatever they want, and then when they're gone, we get
Yeah.
about our business. Then we bring out the real stuff.
Yeah, I reckon I've seen a couple of videos of like
I've seen
Somalians
I've seen
attacking
Captain
like
Phillips.
the wrong boats, like a
Really?
Russian boat or something,
Oh, that's
and they're
fucked.
expecting him to just not do anything, and instead they just get out like the biggest fucking like gun,
Machine gun.
Oh man,
and these things just like exploding from
Dude,
bullets.
did you see the one?
that's fucked.
You see the one with like a U.S. Marine, and he jumps onto a submarine while it's moving, and then like bangs on the top,
Oh yeah,
because it was like cruising on the surface.
it's a drug running submarine.
Yeah, and it was like banging on it, like open up, this is the federal police, blah blah blah. And then the guy like surrendered. I'm like, why did he open it
Yeah,
up?
just fucking dive. So
Just dive
Just
down.
fucking dive.
Yeah, apparently it had a shit ton of coke in there.
Wow.
Yeah, like 500 million US or some bullshit. It was like that's way too much. But
I watched
it was
that.
a lot.
I watched that recently.
Oh yeah.
I saw that video. I don't remember what obviously it was about how they're smuggling, because they got to get the coke from like Colombia up to somewhere close to the US, if not
Yeah.
in the US. Obviously, you can't do it with like a boat, and I think a submarine is maybe too difficult. But if they make the boats and they like I think they put enough like what's the opposite of buoyancy?
I don't know.
Whatever it
Maybe
is,
sink.
and bring them down like the ballast tanks, so that the boat's like just above, like they're modifying, but I think it's just above the water.
Okay.
But still, like if they get spotted because they got like 2 or 3 meters of
So
like
it's
small
not a
boat.
submarine; it's a shitty submarine.
I think it's
Yeah.
like a modified,
So
but
it
I don't
can't
think
really
it's like.
dive, so it
I don't.
just stays like under level, so it like
As far as I know,
pierces
like
the radar or something else.
yeah, because they still need to have like air and
Yeah.
periscope and shit. But I guess it's a compromise between actually having a submarine and
a ship.
just modifying something so that they can put the ballast down enough that they're just above the water. But then this, obviously, they get caught, and you got crazy, bloody American people just jumping on them, riding them like a fucking
Yeah, I know.
rodeo or something.
Open the door.
Get the fuck out!
Get to the chopper.
This is the Terminator. Open up.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
You're gonna tell us a feel-good story?
There is a feel-good story this week, guys. Yeah, so once again, finished work, was in the gutter. One of my favorite
best
places to
places.
just...
Was this a Saturday or a Sunday?
I think it was a Saturday.
Okay.
Or a Sunday. It doesn't matter, does it? But it was...
Saturdays are more chill than Sundays.
I think it was a Saturday. Okay, if we're going to be
Yeah.
precise.
Just
But,
for the viewers or the listeners.
yeah. I like to just to touch on the viewers thing again. I was thinking before how we always fuck it up and say viewers instead of listeners. But I'm just then I thought about someone listening to the podcast uploaded onto YouTube and then just watching a blank page. So they're still technically viewers because they're listening to it through YouTube.
This goes out to them.
Yeah, it's just a picture of my arsehole. Thank you, viewers.
With a horse in the background.
So the feel-good story of the week was not my arsehole, but it was actually... I was sitting in the gutter after work. It was a beautiful day. It was like 28 degrees or something.
Okay.
There's a nice breeze. And I'm just sitting across the road from work, drinking a beer, rolled a little joint for myself, and I smoked half of it. And this guy comes up in a wheelchair, like he's passing by. And I'm like, this guy's probably going to ask me for money. And then I like looked again. I'm like, maybe he won't. Maybe he's actually just a normal dude in a wheelchair.
He gives you money.
He strolls by and he like stops right behind me.
Okay.
Not like, he's like 2 meters behind me. But he stops and he goes, Entschuldigung? And I'm like, and I turn around and he's like, do you have a smoke for me?
Oh.
Like, do you but in German,
okay.
like I forget what it was, a kiffer or something.
Yeah.
Which is what they call a joint. And I'm like, yeah, you can have all of it, man. Excuse me. He's like, oh, thank you so much. Thank you so much. And then I'm like, have a nice day. It's a beautiful day. He's like, it is a beautiful day now.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
That's nice.
And it's so yeah, I just
like-
made a guy in a wheelchair a little bit
That's pretty
stoned.
cool. Yeah. Yeah, maybe he has like some pain and you just like for a good like hour
Yeah.
cured his...
Helped him out.
Well, he was alone.
pretty cool.
He was strolling by, and then he smells my joint. He's like,
Yeah.
"Hey, can I have some?" I'm like, "You just take it all, man."
Yeah.
And then he's like, "Oh, wow, thanks."
Is that
pretty cool.
because you didn't want to share your cigarette with some random
I
person?
mean,
I mean, I find people in wheelchairs disgusting, to be honest. But
no, but like,
yeah.
I mean, yeah, it's just a random dude. Like,
yeah,
you
imagine
don't wanna
that.
look
That's
in
not how it happened at all. I'm just like, ew, get away from me.
You creep.
That's pretty cool.
No. No, he got the joint. He was very happy, and I think it made his day. It made our day, and we're all gonna get high together now. All the disableds. Yes, we're a part of that group.
Yeah.
Us big dick players with our huge dicks.
One day you're sitting in the gutter, he just like snipes you from far away, just so you're like disabled too, and he just like, here's
Join
a wheel,
me.
here's a wheelchair, man.
Little does he know
Thanks
I'm
for the
already
joint.
disabled.
I'm gonna get to sit down
Double
all
disabled.
the time. Fuck yes.
Oh, that's awesome. Oh, that's quite nice though.
Yeah. So I think that's about it for this week. That's about all we can handle. And
We'll catch you guys on the next episode of the Big Dick Players Club.
you're on a different podcast to us. You're on the Big Dick Players Club.
God damn
Lambert's Big Dick Players Club.
Why did I make that man cave?
That'd be fucking hilarious if you put out your own pod. It was just this one,
Just
but you're the
re-upload
host.
it. Oh, that's funny.
And coming up next, Brody's podcast.
The Big Dick Players Lair.
All right, folks. Laters.
Ciao.